Hello everybody, this is Catholic Dad, episode number 125. The virtue of prudence. The virtue of prudence. And so this is the mother of all virtues. The virtue of prudence is not one that you take active action in. It's one of knowing, it's one of intellect, it's one of deciding, it's one of reason. Virtue of courage, you could figure out what's courageous and what's not. Do you charge into battle or do you not? But the virtue of prudence is essentially weighing the cost-benefit analysis of exercising the other virtues. That's why it's the mother of all virtues. And so here's an example. Let's say there's a gang forming, like on the street, right? And they appear to be overly aggressive, and there's like 20 of them, and they're mad as heck. And I, as a Catholic father, I have 9 children, right? And so I'm downtown and I'm like, well, they're getting out of control. Let me go kick some butt. Like, let's say I do that. And then they beat me and kill me because there's 20 of them, right? I mean, I could probably take 10 or 12. I'm just kidding. But let's say I rush into battle like that. That's rashness. It's recklessness. It's not good for the family. It's not good for society. And they'll just eat me alive, That's not a courageous action. I mean, even though I'm acting with courage, I'm acting with rashness and recklessness because I haven't exercised the virtue of prudence. Prudence is something that you essentially say, will my acting bring good? Right? Will it ultimately end in good? Can I actually have a reasonable chance of stopping these people or changing their minds or like diffusing the situation? Do I have the capacity and possibility? If the answer is no, then I shouldn't act, because that's using prudential judgment. If the answer is, like, let's say there's 1 or 2 guys that are yelling and screaming at a woman, and I think I could probably talk them out of it. I could probably go and say, or they're acting aggressive towards her. I could probably go, listen, guys, let's stop now. Okay, it's time to defend her and get you guys to walk away, because even though I could still get hurt, there's actually a reasonably good chance of success, and then I can act with courage. This is true with nations when they go to war. Like, do you just rashly go to war and bomb the heck out of somebody? No. You have to weigh the cost-benefit analysis. You have to actually decide, could we possibly eliminate the harm that's being done to us by another nation? Are there other ways? Should we do diplomacy? Should we, have we exercised all routes of diplomacy? And we only take violent force and violent action in war when all other possibilities have been exhausted or there's no way out. That's a prudent decision, prudential decision. And if you think about the term prude, when I was growing up, young boys used that to insult prudential girls, and really think about that. That's actually a compliment. It's not an insult. When you call a girl prude, essentially she's protecting her chastity, and she's making a prudential judgment. She's like, you're not what as good as you think you are, and oh, by the way, I have a divine soul which needs protection, and therefore I'm going to act with prudence, right? So I'm going to decide to be a prude. That's a reasoned thought. That's a reasonable thought. So young girls out there, if you're listening, and anybody ever calls you prude, say thank you, because that means that person's not good enough for you, and you made a correct judgment. And so this is Catholic Dad making you think about it. Prudence, the mother of all virtues. You need to know. You need to pray. You need to think. You need to have knowledge before you can exercise all the other virtues. And that's what the virtue of prudence is. It would be prudent for me to go to work. It would be prudent for me to feed my children. It would be prudent. Like, prudence and all your knowledge has to lead to the good. And so that's that. I guess I don't have anything else to say about it, but please like or subscribe. Share with your friends if you like the contents of these videos. Get the Mass, pray the daily rosary, and act prudently, people. It might be prudent to subscribe. God bless you and have a nice day.